ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I'm going to be reacting to your final NFL takes before the season starts. This is also a pre-recorded video. I'm actually at the Minnesota State Fair on the day that you're seeing this, maybe making some content. I know I'm making content with some other people, but I don't know if I'll have any of my own. Couple of plugs before we hop right into it. Don't forget to use code WyattzWorld on G Fuel, Waggle, or Prize Picks. By using my codes on G Fuel or Waggle, you'll save a discount on any of their awesome products. And by using it at sign up on Prize Picks, you're going to guarantee yourself to win a free $50 with your first $5 entry. And reminder that there is a Dak Prescott free square for the opening week. All he needs is 1 yard for the entry to win, but always, please remember to play responsibly, and let's get into the video. Okay, so as always, here is the tweet and there is my handle to follow me to participate in future Twitter videos. Probably be doing reactions once every 2-3 weeks during the regular season, so like there will be opportunities. So starting off with Rink, he says Jackson Dart comes in around week 9 and takes the league by storm. So I agree, but I also don't agree. I agree that he is going to come in and probably play better than any quarterback on his team, but I think he's going to be playing a lot sooner than week 9. I bet you it's by week 5 or 6 Jackson Dart is the starter. You get Russ, you get Jameis. It's the same thing every time. We all know that. You know what you're gonna get. You're now in a unique situation where you have a young, promising quarterback people are truly excited about who you've seen can play in a preseason game. Like, are you gonna keep getting the same ice cream sundae every single time, or are you gonna finally switch it up and get a blizzard? Beckett says Trevor Lawrence will have his breakout season and the Jags will be a 10+ win team. I think he's already had his breakout season. We need to see the redemption season. That's what we're looking for. 2022, the guy threw for over 4,000 yards. Matter of fact, he's done that multiple times, but that same year he had like 25 touchdowns, under 10 interceptions. A playoff win after throwing 3 interceptions. Like, I mean, he's definitely arrived. Aaron Jagger says, I think Antonio Brown was a better receiver than Julio Jones. I mean, there's nothing wrong about that. I agree 100%. Listen, two things can be true here. The thing you just said, and also the fact that they're both Hall of Fame talents. Just Antonio Brown, and I've said this a million times, he was on pace to be the best. He was like Justin Jefferson. Knock on wood to him. Alex Carr says the Patriots will have a 1,000-yard receiver for the first time since 2019. Has it been that long? Let me guess who your last 1,000-yard receiver was then. Was it Julian Edelman? Indeed it was. Wow. Hunter Henry led the team last year in receiving yards? Demario Douglas? Oh my gosh. I agree, and I really hope you're right too, because they need to break that. That's disgusting. Ohio State Addict says Eagles repeat as champs. They have a huge game this weekend. I'm actually gonna watch that. Gophers play tonight too. It's Thursday. But anyway, Eagles repeating as champs. I can agree in the sense that they will go there again. It's just I don't know who they're gonna face. I do think they are being swept under the rug in terms of like how good they still are. I feel like a lot of focus for like the best team in the league is on, you know, other teams right now, which rightfully so it should be on Baltimore. I think Baltimore does have the best overall roster. But the Eagles are still gonna be a juggernaut in my eyes. I don't see any reason to put them out of the top 3. Burbos says the Minnesota Vikings will win a playoff game this year. Man, I sure hope so, because if they make it to the playoffs and lose right away again, there's gonna be some really, really ugly narrative started. Metcalf season says Kyler Murray has a breakout season and leads the Cardinals to win the division. Okay. Football season is back, baby. That's all I gotta say. Bear Watcher says the Bengals have a very bad start going 0-6, which completely derails their season, and they finish 6-11 or 7-10. Isn't that kind of like normally what they do almost? Not to this drastic extent, but I mean, feel like we wouldn't be all that surprised if we actually saw that happen. Kenneth Walker has a bounce back year, finishing with 1,200 rushing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. I don't know about that one. I guess we'll just have to see, won't we? I think if he has that many rushing yards, he's gonna have about 500 carries. I'm just kidding. That was mean. I could be wrong here. I just don't think he looks productive anymore. I don't think he looks like the running back he was when he was a rookie. Bad O-line or not, I just don't think he looked great. But you remember I was way down on Saquon, and look where that got me. So I'll never rule it out. Sif says the Steelers don't score more than 20 points in a game this year. That's just ridiculous. They absolutely will score more than 20 points, and they will do that multiple times. Eric Bjorkman says, go back to the old kickoff, return. The new one is weird. I agree with you. I like the old one more. This new one, it doesn't feel like football to me. It feels like we're playing like arena football or something. I'm a very traditional guy when it comes to the game. I would like to stick to a very traditional format. Ryan Trunfio says the Raiders will be a playoff team and the Bucs will win the NFC Championship. You know, the Buccaneers seem to go very far in every Madden season I've been playing too, so there seems to be something in the air, but I also agree. It will be possible for them to make it there or win it. I'm not gonna guarantee that they will. Like I said, they gotta worry about Philly, they gotta worry about a boatload of other teams, but they have that it factor. Now, as far as the Raiders being a playoff team, personally, I would love nothing more than to see it, but I do not believe in it. WyattzWorld here says the Colts win the South by 2 games. Man, I gotta go ahead and say it right now, and I'm sorry. The Colts fans are this year's Seahawk fans. I think you guys are delusional. And I will be the first to apologize if I'm wrong, but I really do not think I'm gonna be wrong. You guys are going to stink. Elliot Peterson says if Justin Jefferson has another 1,200-yard season, he will be solidified as a top 5 receiver of all time. I don't agree with that, and I think the word you might want to use instead of solidified is argued. Solidified means no doubt about it, no debate. People look at longevity when something like that is decided, and in Justin Jefferson only playing his 6th season in the league, top 5, it's just a little bit too early for it. Hunter King here says, is that a vulgar word? Did I just say something I shouldn't have said? Anyway, he says the Titans end up with a better record than the Colts and the Jags. I can get behind this. Jags, it's gonna be a toss-up. Colts, definitely. The thing about the Titans is that I just played an entire season with them in Madden. I'll get to the point here. It has nothing to do with why I think they're gonna be good. But their schedule, in my opinion, is very favorable. It's not that difficult. Like, yeah, they do have to play the AFC West. That's gonna be tough. But you also get your division games, which I think, you know, if the Titans are just at least a decent team, they will all be winnable. You also play the Saints, you play the Browns, you play the Cardinals, you play the Patriots, and I know those guys in Arizona, they're above the other ones I just named, but could you imagine if this was Baltimore's schedule? They literally would not lose a game. Axe here says CD ends as the wide receiver 1. I mean, maybe. That's not unrealistic by any means, and I was just talking about Dak possibly being the passing leader on the year, so that would add up with my statement. No, I feel like people take it as an insult if you don't say Jefferson or Jamar Chase or something. Like, you realize every wide receiver is in a completely different situation. Workloads are different, opportunities are different. For all we know, Malik Neighbors could be the wide receiver 1 this year, but I do like CD's chances. Pablo Sanchez says Tyler Warren finishes a top 3 fantasy tight end. You know what? I wouldn't be mad if he did, but I hope he doesn't, because in fantasy I picked Colston Loveland just due to the fact that I think he's in a better quarterback predicament right now, and also if Daniel Jones is indeed the starter, that guy doesn't ever throw to his tight ends the way it is. Mike Sports Guy says Gibbs goes for 2,000. Are we talking just pure rushing yards? Because I don't think it'll happen just due to the fact that Monty is there, but I would love nothing more than that. Jahmyr Gibbs was my 1st overall pick in fantasy this year while I had the 4th overall pick, but he's all I got. Like I said, my team is terrible. I am very well aware. I drafted a horrible team this year, but that's just how it goes. PCA says Romo Dunze takes over as the wide receiver 1 in a much improved Bears offense and ultimately just misses the playoffs. So I have nothing against Rome. I really don't, and I hope he is well. I hope he does have a good career, but I'm just trying to make an observation off of what I saw last year. He just wasn't that impressive to me. And he wasn't bad either. I mean, the guy had 101 targets. He's obviously getting open, but it's just that, but also hauling in, you know, barely half of those passes. How much can you actually blame on Caleb? Now we have a flurry of predictions from that one Falcons fan. So the first one is Penix does just enough to win the division at 10-7. No. And also, that doesn't make your quarterback or player ever sound good when, and a lot of people say that, does just enough. That means you're doing the bare minimum to get by. Like, that's not complimenting them. So I don't like anything about that one. Then we got James Pierce Jr. wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. I do think a Falcon will win Defensive Rookie of the Year, but my pick is Jalen Walker. Then he has Jenny winning the Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think that's kind of just the favorite to everyone other than Cam Ward, obviously. Mike McDaniel gets fired mid-season. That's probably the most likely one of this bunch. CJ Stroud bounces back. Okay, that too, because he's not really bouncing back. He wasn't bad last year. But if you're saying he's gonna throw more touchdowns or something, okay, that's fair. Lions will win the NFC Championship. No, they won't even make it there. Bills win the AFC Championship. I hope so, but I don't even know, man. Getting there is half the battle. Winning is the other half, trust me. And then the Lions win their first Super Bowl. No. And I don't mean to sound like a complete Lions hater. I don't hate the Lions. I still think they're a great team. I just don't think they're improving like the surrounding teams in that division and the conference are. I feel like the Lions have stayed as the Lions now for the last 3 years, except this time they have brand new coordinators. And that is gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen, for this video of me reacting to your final NFL takes before the real season starts. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys continue to enjoy the videos I do that are interactive with you guys, because I think they're a ton of fun. If you guys want to show support to the video, please feel free to do it, because you know I appreciate any and all help. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get this edited so you can watch it on time. I hope everybody has a great and safe weekend, and I will see you in the next video.